Are Christians expected to know how to defend their faith? In short, the answer is yes. The Bible does teach that every Christian should know how to defend their faith, and as such, every Christian is an apologist. Now, the Christian gets this commission through both biblical imperatives as well as through biblical examples. Now, the most prominent apologetics passage is that of 1 Peter 3:15. Here, Peter urges his readers to set Christ apart as Lord in their hearts, and in doing so, in response, they would always be ready to make a defense to anyone who asks them for the reason for the hope that is within them. Now, the Greek word translated to make a defense is the same Greek word for apologetics, which is apologia. Now, further passages urge us to contend for our faith, to destroy arguments, and to know how to respond to each person. In each case, the principle that can be derived is that while the questions may change over time, culture, and situation, as Christians, we should know how to answer these questions and defend our faith. Furthermore, apologetics has been exemplified by the biblical persons from as early as the Old Testament all the way up to the New Testament, including Jesus. Now, in the Old Testament, it's filled with prophets using reason to show the inaccuracy of other worldviews. One example is Isaiah 44, where he argues that wooden statues made by the worshippers' hands are inept to save them. I mean, they just finished cooking their food with this very same wood. And in the New Testament, we find that Jesus consistently refers to his miracles and his fulfilled prophecies to authenticate his message. One such example is Jesus' interaction with John the Baptist's messengers, in which John asked to them if Jesus was the Messiah, if they should wait for another. Notice Jesus' response. He didn't just say, have faith, rather he pointed to his miracles and his fulfilled prophecies. And then you have the Apostle John, who wrote the Gospel of John, and he gives us one reason for writing his Gospel, and that is for an apologetics purpose. He says in John 20:30-31, that now Jesus did many signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written so that you would believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you'd have life in his name. And then we have Paul, who not only hinges the Christian faith on the historicity of the resurrection in 1 Corinthians 15, we also see in Acts chapters 17, 18, and 19 that he made it a regular habit of reasoning for the Christian faith in both the religious and secular spheres. In each case, as well as with many others, the biblical persons were unashamedly apologetic about their faith. They used reason, evidence, and evidence to support their claims. Thus, with biblical imperative as well as with countless biblical examples, Scripture makes it clear that every Christian is an apologist. The difference is whether or not you're going to be any good. Do you know how to answer the questions raised against the Christian faith? It is my goal to see churches take up the mantle of apologetics, to be trained to defend their faith, and then fearlessly go into the world to tell others about Jesus.
Thank you for watching a video teaching by Matthew Files with Faith and Knowledge Ministries. If you are interested in having him come to your church to teach about a topic in apologetics or Christian philosophy, please contact him at faithandknowledgeministries@gmail.com or call 919-803-9146. You can also follow Faith and Knowledge Ministries on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, or visit Matthew's blog by going to matthewfiles.blogspot.com.